Hey there YouTube, Devlon from Team Burning Infinity here, coming at you with a deck update of my Katana World deck. Yes, this is a different video because right now I'm not doing my segment. So I'm going to give you a deck update of the Katana World deck. Last time I showed you the sneak peek of my Katana World deck, and it was, the deck was not as good as this one right now. Let's just say that. It was actually pretty bad, but it was able to win games, which is funny. It was able to win some games, which is pretty funny. But this is the updated, better, very, very better version of my Katana World deck. So let's get into it. So, the world I'm playing. So there's the flag, and my buddy is Excel Ninja Hayate. He's a size 1, 221 with move. So, yeah. And basically, the reason I'm playing him is because he's a 2 crit, 2000 power monster. I'm able to swing with him for 2, and then move him to the center right after. Really, really good card in my opinion. He's he can protect me, and I take less damage than I would have that turn. So, very good card in my opinion. So, and he's also because he's a very, very cheap card to get. Most of the cards that I want to play somebody is very, very hard to get and probably expensive. So, yeah. And because I'm playing him as my buddy, of course I'm going to play 4 of him. So this is starting off the size 1 lineup. So 4 Excel Ninja Hayate. Next we have 4 Electron Ninja Shiden. I was finally able to get 4 of them. Before my last sneak review I didn't have any because he's a very hard card to get, but I finally got 4 of them. Pretty nice. So what he does is he's a 3-1-1 size 1 with the ability Cyber Analyze. Pretty much I pay 1 gauge and discard Ninja Arts to draw 2 cards. Very good hand recycling card, in my opinion. And he's 3000 power, which is not entirely bad for Katana World stats. I mean, he can like swing over some things, but he ain't gonna be able to get over a lot of things. And then 1 crit, I mean, just poke for 1. That's all I can pretty much do with him. I mean, he's just there for the draw power. That's pretty much it. And he's my favorite ninja, so if it wasn't for that draw power ability, I wouldn't be playing him. Unless he had a better ability or something like that. Next up, I'm playing 4 copies of Tsukikage Blade Master mode. Like I said, Tsukikage is expensive, regular. And Blade Master mode is not entirely bad. Pretty much, his call cost is pay 1 gauge. Uh, he's a 5-2-1, so he's basically, I use him basically because he's a beater. And his ability states, he gets an extra crit. Actually, let me just get him up close. He gets an extra crit if there's another card with Tsukikage in its card name in the drop zone. And this phone does not want to focus. Okay, fine. But I did say the ability anyways. So he's a potential beater that could become a pressure column as well. And if you have like multiple on board, you got like at least more than 1 pressure column, which is very, very good because your opponent's going to be focused on getting rid of them because they don't want to really take 3 crit. That's very, very heavy damage right there. So, in my opinion, he's a very good card to play. He's good. He's very viable in the deck. You you don't have to play him, but if you want to try him out, go for it. It's actually not bad. This deck has been testing very well. So 4 copies of him, and then for the last size ones, I'm playing 3 copies of Electric Terror. Electro Ninja Electric Terror. He's a 3-1-2 with the LKLT ability of dealing a damage and getting a gauge. The bad news is he's a 1 crit, so he's not as good as LKLT, but 3000 power, that's the only thing he has over LKLT. It doesn't really help. I mean, he can give a couple of things, but he's only there to deal damage. And he's a very good card. People underestimate him. He's actually pretty good. Like getting that 1 gauge matters because with Katana World you pay a lot of gauge and pretty much you want to get that gauge. So just saying, because there's a lot of things you want to pay gauge for. Starting up the size 2 lineup, I'm playing 3 copies of Phantom Ninja Kashin Koji. Very, very good card. He's a 1-2-5 with call cost pay 1 gauge, and he has the ability Clairvoyance. When he hits the field, I can look at my opponent's hand. Very good advantage, that 1 good advantage that ninjas have over every other deck. They're able to look at my your opponent's hands. And he cannot be link attack, as it says right there in a little spot right there. He cannot be link attack, which is very, very good because decks like Dungeon World and Katana World Mirror and Magic World won't be able to link attack him, and he's a good 5 defense, 5 defensive wall. forcing the player big beaters, 5,000 more power big beaters. So really good. Next, I'm playing 3 copies of Purgatory Ninja Zenkyo. Pretty much he's a 4/3/4. He cannot be called to center, so that's a disadvantage and a downside to him. But his ability is Ninja Arts I cast cannot be nullified. So I can freely cast off my Ninja Arts, and he's a 3 crit heavy hitter with 4/4, which is actually really good in Katana World stats. And that 3 crit really helps because it's able to be a pressure column at the same time protecting your spells. So your opponent's going to be pretty much occupied with this guy right here. So really good card in my opinion. So 3 of them. And then the last size 2 I play is 2 Agent Ninja Lindo. He's a 3/2/6. His call cost is spell engage, and his ability is when he enters the field, I can search my deck for a lethal formation and add it to my hand, which is a very good toolboxing card because I'm able to get my impact early. I'm able to throw it down, put something in the soul, and lock down my opponent depending on which one I have, like Star Crusher, Shooting Star, Moonfang. So I'm able to lock them down with that. And even if they want to bait it out with a spell, item, or impact, I can just still get free damage off by playing it. So baiting out is not a very good idea, especially when you're going to be taking 3 damage right after. So yeah, that's all for size 2s, and then for the 1 size 3 I play is 2 copies of Noble Ninja Mochitamba. He's a 7/6 size 3, pay 2 gauge for his call cost. When he enters the field, you gain 1 life, and he has double attack, which is very good. So this guy is probably the best size 3 in Katana World in general. Double attack and gain on life when he hits the field, and 7,000 power. That's pretty good. That's very good in my opinion. So 2 of them. That's all for monsters. Now for spells, I'm playing 3 copies of Shinobi Scrolls. Very good set spell for ninjas. Pretty much, I can pay 1 gauge to put a card face down to this card's soul. If I do, I can draw a card. So this is another draw power of the deck, and I can look at this card's soul and cast a Ninja Arts from the soul by paying its cast cost. So if it's something like an Art or Body replacement, my opponent attacks me, I can cast it from this card's soul. So this is basically a card that builds up a second hand for me, like a second hand of defensive Ninja Arts and stuff like that, which is very good because now I'm able to maintain this I'm able to maintain 2 hands, offensive hand, and this can be the defensive hand right here. So really good card in my opinion. Get to play at 2 or 3 elves. I play 2 copies of Art of Item Blasting. It's pay 2 gauge to destroy an item on the field, and it's a counter, so that's what makes it very good. And a lot of decks are starting to play more items now, so this card is starting to become more viable to play. So it's very good. I played 2 copies of that. 3 copies of probably one of the best Demon Way spells, I should say. Probably one of the best Demon Way spells. Not the best spell. There are some better spells. Some people might say it's the best spell, but there are some better ones. Demon Way Gabakigiri. You can only cast this card when your monster is destroyed, and you can destroy a monster in your opponent's field. So very good card. I'm actually trying to get a 4th copy of this, but too bad Joey's on vacation. Because if he wasn't, I would have gotten a 4th copy already. But it's alright. 3 or 4 is not bad. It's not bad at all. 3 is not a bad number at all. 4 is probably the best number for both ninjas and Skull Warriors. More of Skull Warriors, but 3 ninjas are more like a 3 of or 4 of. But yeah. So 3, Demon Wake Up Gary, very good defensive. Very good. It can be very defensive. Like it's a defensive card. And it's very good to get rid of like double attackers, triple attackers, or big beaters, or big walls that destroyed one of your monsters. So really good. Next I'm playing 3 copies of Clear Serenity. This is the gauge charging card. I can put the top 2 cards into the gauge with its ability. And I can only use it once per turn, but this is a very good gauge charging card. Putting 3 into the gauge is all you really need. I mean, this combined with Electric Tarot, 4 gauge, you're gonna need that. You're gonna need that, just saying. So really good card. Next I'm playing 4 copies of Ninja Arts Snake Gaze. So 4 of them, and 1 hollow. You can't really see it. So basically what this card does is its cast cost is pay 1 life, and I get to rest a monster on my opponent's field. So this is a good card to potentially stop link attacks, double attackers, triple attackers, and penetrators and stuff like that. Very good card to stop all those cards from attacking me. So it's a really good card. That's why I'm playing 4 copies of it. If it wasn't good, I wouldn't be playing 4. I'd probably be playing 2 or 3 copies of it. But it's very good. I'm playing 4 copies of it now. I used to play 3 because I was iffy on it, but I decided to bump it up to 4. Very good card. And of course, you got your 4 nullifiers because you gotta play 4 nullifiers. If it's not a link attack, nullify the attack. It really combos well with this card, and it's combos well with Kashin Koji, which is the size 2. Where's he at? Right here. Combos well with him. So so this card combos up with good cards in this deck. So really good card in my opinion. Really good nullifier. It's a nullifier. It has to be good. So protects me. And next we have lethal formation. So we have 2 lethal formations. Now I'm kidding. We have 3. I just didn't want to show off the trial deck hollow because I don't know. I just like the regular double rare versions over the trial deck hollows for some reason. Probably because it looks normal, and then the trial deck hollow looks Colossus. But yeah, 3 lethal formations. Get a secret sword, put it into their soul. Whatever your opponent casts, depending on your secret sword, you can counter it by paying 3 gauge with that secret, and that secret sword does its work. So let's look at the secret swords. We got Moonfang over here, and we got Shooting Star over here, and then that empty space, which is going to be filled up by Star Crusher, which I finally was able to get. So here is your line. Here's my impact lineup. 6 impacts. Katana World is probably the first world to play the most impacts. So this is true. So shooting. Let's start with the worst one. Moonfang is pay 3 gauge, deal 3 damage to my opponent, and nullify the impact. Yeah, nullify the impact cast by my opponent. Secret Sword is pay 3 gauge, deal 3 damage, and destroy the item. And Star Crusher being the best one of them all, and the most shiniest one of them all at that. Pay 3 gauge, deal 3 damage to my opponent, and nullify their spell, whichever spell they play. So there we go. So that is my updated Katana World deck. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about my updated Katana World deck. This is not you can say this is standard ninjas, but I really count it as my own creation of standard ninjas, my own type of standard ninjas. Like the way you see the whole deck, it doesn't look like a regular standard ninja deck. This is pretty much my own creation of of like a budget version of standard ninjas, if you want to say. You could say it's a budget version of standard ninjas, but this is pretty much like my own creation of ninjas that because I didn't see anybody build this type of layout or anything. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about my own creation, because I pretty much built this deck along with a few modifications from Joey. I managed to build this deck. So let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. This is Devlin from Team Bird Infinity coming out. Oh, before I leave, make sure in the last episode of the segment, Is This a Good Tech Card, to put in your choices of which world you would like to see next. So I'll make sure to get a card from that world, like an underrated card, and I'll be able to show it off. So, Devlin from Team Bird Infinity going out. Later, YouTube.